Welcome back to April Bulldog Blast. Even though we are all ready for spring break, PCTVS still hosted a number of amazing events, so let's check them out. Although March is Women's History Month, PCTVS held its first Women's Empowerment Panel in early April. Our featured panelists, along student representatives, shared how women can overpower challenges. Let's take a look at what we hope to be a new future tradition.
Many of them who were positive organizations impacted my life in such a way where I felt empowered, even at a young age.
I'm a leader. I got elected just like you all.
Keep those eyes, ears, hearts open. The more you learn about others, the more you'll be able to impact others.
Oftentimes when you work in industries where you're trying to break, whether it's in the creative or the arts, you're often doing a lot of things that you're like, I'm just trying to get my foot in the door. So, that also provided a lot of perspective, but it was very male-dominated industry, right? So trying to find my own footing in those spaces.
Money is not everything, but it allows you to help others. And that's what I have been able to do with my family and with other people.
The first week of April, Bulldogs took action by wearing different colors to represent random acts of kindness and inclusivity. The video club helped recap this week with a short video detailing what each day meant to our school. So let's check it out.
April 17th was hosted by My Club TI at TI, and our topic was inclusivity, and students wore green to symbolize including one another in their daily lives. In addition, we hung inclusivity bingo posters in PCTI and STEM to further promote our theme of inclusivity.
April 18th was hosted by Performing Arts and TI at TI. The subject matter was anti-discrimination, anti-stereotypes, and anti-vape awareness. Students were to wear red, signifying the dangers of vaping and the ending of prejudice.
April 19th was hosted by Lead Club, Video Club, World Language Honor Society, and the LGBTQ+ Pride Club. The themes were random acts of kindness, highlights of Bulldog Sick Action Week, comparison and contrastive cultures, and Day of Silence. Students were orange this day to illustrate the importance of being kind, to highlight the best parts of Bulldog Sick Action Week, and to be educated on the difference of culture, and to focus on the harmful effects of discrimination and harassment against the LGBTQ+ community.
April 20th was hosted by Skills USA, and the topic was digital citizenship. Students were able to wear black, and this intended to educate young people about the appropriate and responsible use of technology.
April 21st was hosted by HOSA and the NHS Student Council Interact Club, with the topic being mental health. Students were given the option to wear blue to spread mental health awareness. Thank you to all who participated.
The last week of April was our senior week, and these seniors did not disappoint. It was so exciting to see the different outfits and customs for Character Day, Culture Day, Throwback Day, and Twin Day. Let's take a look at some of these week's highlights. PCTVS's Pro Start culinary team cooked up some amazing dishes as they practice for their upcoming Pro Start competition in Washington, D.C. next month. They will be making for an appetizer seared sea scallops with roasted potato, for an entree some pastrami spiced filet mignon with butter poached shrimp, and for dessert Death by Chocolate mousse with a vanilla bean ice cream. Let's take a look at how they prepare for their competition.
Hi, my name is Andrew Pino, and today we're here at the Pro Star as they prepare for the national competition with the Pro Star team, and let's take a look.
Hot pan behind. Time, we have 3 more minutes. Come on, guys. Down below. Heard. Careful on these. Heard. 28 minutes. Heard. Heard. Underneath. Underneath. Heard. Huh?
Can you please say your name? How do you spell it?
My name's Jose. It's Jose.
And then, what are you here for the Pro Start? Like, what's your position?
In Pro Start, my job is the team manager. Basically, all I'm doing is just making sure they stay on track and making sure that they can focus on their food and not worry about all the little stuff.
And we see how you guys had your practice run. How did you think that went?
Well, I think we started out quite strong, and then towards the end, when there was a lot less time left, we started to get a little nervous and like our hands started shaking, and we couldn't really focus on what we were meant to do. But overall, I think it was a pretty good practice.
That's good, thank you. Would you say there's anything you need to fix on, or?
Well, just overall, I think we need to pay a bit more attention to what's going on around us. Me personally, I know I could have done a bit better. And just the little things like cleaning up after yourself and all that stuff.
Okay, thank you. That's it for you guys. You guys take care, and back to you.
It may not be cute or furry, but PCTVS has its robot dog named Spike. You may have seen him around climbing stairs, doing push-ups, and it even has motion detection. So let's talk to some of the computer science students who keep this dog alive.
Good morning. My name is Dominic Ramos, and here I am reporting from D202 to report upon a robot dog that has been bought and purchased by the school of PCTVS. Let's get into the questions now. What is the purpose of the robot dog, and what can your students learn from it?
The robotic dog is basically the future. Everything we talk about technology is to help students further their career in technology, and the robotic dog is one of those new advanced technology that can help students become better.
What are some difficulties and similarities between the robot dog and PCTVS to the Boston Dynamics robot dog used in public work, such as programming and integrity?
Basically, all robotic dogs are pretty much the same. It's just the amount of functions that they add to the robotic dog. They all can move around, but when you add on to the accessories, it can do so much more in terms of having video, having thermodynamics, sound effects, detections, radars. Pretty much all dogs have the same functions. It's just a matter of the limit that it can push itself to, like especially going underwater. What's the limit on it, right? If it climbs the hill, how far can it climb up before it rolls over? So technology is pretty much the same. It's just a matter of what the tweaks is for each one of these products.
What makes you feel the most excited about having a robot dog in PCTVS?
This just shows how amazing technology can be, and it shows us how we as students could just learn how these robots are made and used, so that we as adults could further develop those types of ideas or inventions.
What abilities does the robot dog have that stands out to you?
An ability that stands out to me is the ability for it to walk and climb stairs. That's something that you don't very see often. Most of the time, it's like a robot dog just like walking back and forth, or like maybe running a little fast, but going up the stairs and going through obstacles, that's the most important part.
How long do you think the robot dog would last?
I think this question can be interpreted a multitude of ways. In terms of durability, I think it'll only last a couple months. Like, the robot already broke a couple weeks ago, and we had to replace the leg. So in terms of durability, it's not very durable. But if you're talking in terms of curriculum, I think it'll last about like 3 to 5 years, because it's something that's relatively a new concept, but it has been worked on a couple times. But I think that by then technology will have advanced and move on to the next thing.
On March 31st and April 1st, PCTVS hosted its spring musical, and this year it was the classic hit Mary Poppins. We spoke with some of the cast about what it takes to create such an amazing production. Let's check out those interviews.
Performing in Mary Poppins as Mary Poppins on stage just made me feel so happy. Mary was mine. I got to say that Mary was my character. I got to make a backstory about her. I got to do whatever I felt that my character would do on stage, and I just loved it so much.
This play added a lot more character development for many characters, not only main characters like George and Winifred, but also giving more of a role to the ensemble parts like myself and many other smaller roles that didn't get much of a say in the movie.
I've learned from my role that people can change. You know, George started as kind of a terrible father, and in the end he changed to somebody who got his kids presents and was much better.
So I don't feel extremely similar to Michael in the fact that the way he handles situations that are great for him, he handles them in a more bratty sense when I'm a lot older than him, but I try to handle them in a more mature fashion.
I'm a lot like Bert, cheerful, try to keep things light. I feel like I fit him really well, and one of my biggest fears at the beginning was that I would be cast as George, because I didn't know how I would do that, because he was meant to be mean in the beginning and kind of grumpy. I didn't know if I could do that. Differences, I'd like to say a stable job, because Bert didn't really have a stable job. Differences is he has a lot of different skills, a lot of different things he can pull out of his back pocket when you need it.
Short and simple, my favorite line of dialogue was, "Oh, lummy." Just,
oh, yummy.
Best advice anyone has given me about acting is not to just learn the lines, learn the character, become the character. Go more in depth than just the lines.
So the life lesson I'll be taking away from Mary Poppins is do what's right, because in the bank scene, George Banks, Michael's father, has to decide whether to make a deal with a person who's very eager for money or just a nice and genuine person. He does end up making the deal with a genuine person, and that pays off in the end, and it brings the whole family together.
Some advice I would give to students who want to be in the musical next year is to take a deep breath. You know your stuff, you know your lines, you know your choreography, you know how to sing, you're talented. Don't compare yourself to anyone else's journey, because always remember that you are better than who you were and what you did last year. And just have fun.
That's it for this month. Tune in next month to see what comes our way in May.